Okay, what I'm going to do here, it's Christmas Eve. Kat's at work. She gets Christmas Day off, but in the place where she works, it's open on Christmas Eve. But I have been wanting to shoot this particular video for quite some time. Excuse me. But I just never got around to it. Now, an opportunity presented itself last night that made me say, hey, it's time. I gotta do this, okay? We were shooting a review video in Ono Hawaiian Barbecue here in Bakersfield. Great place. We really enjoyed it. And we will go back. But, I mean, it's been there forever, as long as I can remember. I'm not didn't grow up here in Bakersfield, but as long as I've been in Bakersfield, it was there. Drive by, hey look, Hawaiian barbecue. Never went. Well, we went last night, and it was good. But, while we were in there, here comes this old man, maybe 5 feet tall. He's a Mexican old man. And he's selling oranges by the bag. And I thought, I'm going to buy a bag of oranges from this gentleman, because I've been wanting to do this for so long, okay? Now, the first thing we're going to have to do is get out a knife. Is get the light to hit that correctly so you can see that this is a beautiful Damascus knife. I don't see a maker's mark on it anywhere. I don't know where the cat bought it. I don't know where she got it from. But it's a very pretty Damascus knife. Doesn't look like it got cleaned well last time it was put away, but that's okay, because this is... Kids, don't try this at home. And I'm not talking about the knife, because what I'm going to do, you don't want to try at home. Okay? First, I'm going to make a mess, most likely, because that's what I do. That's how I roll. I make messes. Okay? Orange. Naranjo. I love oranges. Even more, I love orange juice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some orange juice. I got a squeezer, okay? Now, before we get into, the reamer, I guess they call it. But right over here, and you're going to be wondering, what the heck is he going to do with that? Okay, what I have is a Geiger counter. It's the GQ GMC Geiger counter, model 500. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. It's off now. You still haven't got this figured out yet, have you? Because this is going to be fun. You hold the button down until it shows you on the screen that it is indeed on. Okay. Now it starts off with 1 count per minute. It's finding its background. It takes a while for it to build up. It's not a real expensive Geiger counter. Hey, I heard that chirp. My ears don't work. It's up to 6 now. But it's takes a while to take in everything that's going on around it and figure out what your background level is. So I'm going to set that right over here. It's at 15 now, still climbing. The bottom, across the bottom there, it says normal. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I have a reamer that is, some people call it depression glass. No, this isn't depression glass. This is radium glass. It's radioactive. Okay? Radioactive. For a long time, back in the early part of the last century, they actually believed that using radioactive glasses and storage containers and plates and things like that was good for you. Radium did good things for you. It was a healthy thing to play around with. Now, granted, this is not dangerous. See, I'm holding it up close to my face. It's not dangerous. We've already checked the level on it. I know. Okay, the meter seems to be leveling off about 18 to 19 counts per minute, down to 16. It's, it varies. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this reamer is I'm going to hold the Geiger counter up to it. See what it's doing? What's it doing? It's not doing much of anything right now. Maybe it takes a while. I don't know. 19. I thought it was a little bit hotter now. Oh, it's up to 23 now. 25. Okay, we're just going to let that sit there, and we'll get a background reading with the Geiger counter in the reamer. Okay? Or 29. Still says normal, but obviously higher than over here normal. 30 counts per minute. Okay, so it's 32. It's 33. It's around double the radioactivity of just sitting over here with nothing known radioactive around it. What I'm going to do, and this is the fun part, okay, and the messy part, I'm sure. Let's grab ye old standby blue paper towels. I love the blue paper towels. Forget that what do they call it? Bounty and stuff like that. Piffle. I don't use those. The paper towel holder in our kitchen has blue paper towels on it. Why? Because they work. None of that other stuff works. Blue paper towels. I'm having fun waving this beautiful knife around. I am somewhat of a madman. It's been proven over the years. Set that down. Naranjo. I love the smell of it. I love the taste of it. The Geiger counter seems to be stabilizing in the neighborhood of 40. So, quite a bit more than twice the standard. Still says normal. It's safe. I'm not going to get hurt by it. But we have established that that's radioactive. So I'm going to turn this bad boy off to save battery. And set it over here. Okay. And I'm going to make some orange juice. Be right back. And there it is. The reamer and the orange. Time to get busy. This is going to take a while. I might have to speed it up a little. Oh, but that smells so good. Gotta get all the juice out of the orange. I got this big old bag of oranges over here, but I'm not going to waste it because oranges are a thing of beauty. I love oranges. They're wonderful. I'm an old school kind of guy. There's stuff, and I don't just mean pulp. It's the little stemmy looking thing from the orange. I love the pulp. Now, we choose another orange, and yeah, that's a little piece right there I just broke off that got in the other one. They're navel oranges, but they're not the big navel oranges with the big navel. They're little bitty navel oranges. Here we go. Let's slice that one open and get some camera gear out of the way there. Don't want to get orange juice on your camera gear. As good as orange juice is, it's not good for your cameras. Again, keeping in mind, kids, don't try this at home. I am a trained professional. Oh, look at that. That thing's shaking all over the place. The camera's going crazy because I'm really working this orange reamer here. And I'm gonna set that one aside, take the other half. It looks like this reamer, the trough or moat, you might say, around it is only good for like 2 oranges, but I'm gonna ream a lot more than 2 oranges. Trust me on that. Thank you once again to the little old man who didn't speak English. All he knows how to do is a transaction to sell a bag of oranges. Thanks to him for bringing this to mind, because like I say, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Now, step number 2 for most of us that are watching, but step number 2, I got to put this into something so I can put some more in here, right? You got to make a bunch of batches in this. That's only 2 oranges. That's not a hush. That's not a lot of orange juice. So what we have here is a radioactive pitcher. Let's see what happens if I turn this thing on. GMC 500 plus. I forgot about the plus earlier. There it is at one count per minute. 2. It's finding its background level. But we already know what the background level. It's about 17, 18, 19. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. Let it find its background level inside the radioactive pitcher. 30 already. It's 34, 38. Whoa, 40. Oh, it's passing up the reamer. 56, 50, 60. 60. Whoa. This thing's dangerous. Let's see if we can see while it's in there. Let me get the reamer out of the way and bring the pitcher over here in front. camera down a little bit so we can keep the gauge in there. Now, I can't see what it's doing, but I'll bet it's up pretty high. I can hear it clicking. 147 at the 49.50. Ooh, baby. It says high on the bottom here. Used to say normal, now it says high. It even said normal with the radioactive reamer. But boy, this 135, 131, it's going back down. It's getting less radioactive. I don't know. Something's going on here. 125, 124, 129. It's an old piece of glass, so it's 143. It goes up and down. I guess when I pulled it out, it probably started on the way down. Now that it's sitting in there, it's going back up. 144. High, it says. This bad boy's radioactive, okay? Trust me. It's giving me numbers up here. I'll turn that off again to save battery. Good night, Geiger counter. There we go. So, radioactive reamer, radioactive pitcher. Let's take this down just a little bit more. There we go. And whoa, I was about to spill orange juice on myself. And he pours the orange juice into the radioactive pitcher from the radioactive reamer. And we're starting to build up some radioactive orange juice. Now, what was I doing? Oh, that's right. Making orange juice. Let's grab another orange. Got a little piece of hair on the back of that knife. We'll slice this up. And more orange juice. Gotta get all that golden goodness out of there. Ah, that's beautiful with all the pulp and everything. That's the way orange juice is supposed to be. Once I make this pitcher, I am going to have some, got a little orange juice on my nose there. I am going to have some oranges left over, so we'll be eating oranges. And I'll probably make another pitcher and put it in the refrigerator. So Kat can have some radioactive orange juice when she gets home. Now, for an old man who's had a lot of injuries over the years, some of them to the elbows, both left and right, I can feel this in my elbow. Another orange bites the dust. Slice. And ream. I remember when I was a kid, we used to have to do this. My mom would buy a bag of oranges, just about like that one right there. How much is that? It's 8 pounds. My mom would buy a bag of oranges and give us the reamer. It wasn't radioactive. We didn't have that kind of money to buy the good stuff. And the kids would have to make their own orange juice. We didn't mind though, because then you get to drink your own orange juice. And let me tell you, fresh Squoze orange juice, it's the best. That's 2 oranges. Got to be real careful with this stuff. If I break it, I'm never going to hear the end of it. You're not allowed to break any of the radioactive stuff, because you got to go searching through a lot of antique shops with your radar detector in hand to find this stuff. Now I'm going to do 2 more oranges. I'm not going to do a whole pitcher here, but I'll do 2 more oranges. No, I can't juggle. Never have been able to juggle. I had a friend who had a booth at the Renaissance Fair, juggling school. Said he could teach anybody how to juggle. Boy, did I prove him wrong. I cannot juggle. You'll notice that the pitcher has a much brighter green to it than the reamer does. I don't know if that's what makes it more radioactive, but it is quite a bit more radioactive. So I got my juice that I've already squeezed is sitting over there in the pitcher, basking in the radioactivity, and I'm sure loving every minute of it. We'll slice another orange. You thought you'd seen some weird stuff before, huh? Radioactive orange juice. What kind of madman are we dealing with here? You'll never know. I have history of being a madman. I did motorcycle stunts for a living for 2 years when I first got out of high school. It was a lot of fun. Never once broke a bone or went to the hospital. I got dinged up pretty bad a lot of times. But all of my broken bones, and there are many, are from other stuff. I get hurt when I'm just goofing off. Because when you're just goofing off, you're not paying attention the way you should be. When you're doing something that you know is dangerous, you're more careful. You think things out better. Well, at least some of us do. That's why I never got hurt. A lot of stuntmen get hurt on a regular basis. And back in the day, I used to break bones on a regular basis, but there comes a time when you're too old for that kind of playing around. You don't heal the way you used to, and you got to give it up. Haven't broken a bone in, geez, how long? I don't even know. It's been a while. Over 20 years. Yeah, over 20 years it's been since I broke a bone. This pours so nicely. And you got plenty of pulp. You go to the grocery store these days, and in the orange juice section, you'll have a dozen speak correctly now, you'll have a dozen different types or styles of orange juice, and maybe one of them will have all the pulp in it, everybody wants no pulp. It's like, come on, man. It's orange juice. It's got pulp in it. Okay? Now, we're going to turn the Hoonier back on here. The GMC 500 Plus Geiger counter. Set it next to the picture to get it to come up in numbers a little bit quicker. We'll bring it up around 25 or 30, and then the next step. Now, ordinarily, I got a pitcher of orange juice. I'm just going to drink it out of the pitcher. I'm a heathen. All right. So we're up around 32 here. But what I'm going to do here is move that out of the way. It's a nice, cool morning, so the orange juice will be cool. And I'm going to put this. We'll just set it right on top of there. How's that? 30, 31, 32, 34. A radioactive glass. And a beautiful glass it is. We'll hold this up here. See if we can get the numbers to show big. Ooh. Almost 100 now. It's getting better. Getting better. 110. See, if you lay the Geiger counter down flat, it goes to a different type of display. It's not vertical. It's harder to read the numbers. Little bitty numbers. Here, beeping. It's flashing at me that it's high. See that? Danger, Will Robinson, danger! But I digress. That is more radioactive. Well, it's right around the same as the pitcher, 150, 160. Okay, turn this bad boy off here. Set that over there, and I am going to enjoy a glass. Boop. Don't want to waste a drop, man. That stuff's good. Doesn't smell radioactive. What? Insert radioactive orange juice joke here. Oh, that is delicious. As I expected, it's orange juice. Big pieces of pulp. You gotta chew the orange juice when you make it this way. I love it like that. So, there we have it. Radioactive orange juice. Am I starting to glow yet? Maybe if I was in the dark, you'd be able to see the glow better. But anyway, oh, and just to show you, so we don't get too crazy about this, okay? I turn the Geiger counter back on and get it normalizing. And you're looking at, this will go back up to 150 like it was. in the danger zone. I love danger. I'm in recovery now, but I'm an adrenaline junkie. That's why I used to have so many broken bones. Adrenaline's just like any other drug. You can't go very long without it once you're addicted. The amount you had yesterday isn't good enough today. You got to go do something crazier every day to keep getting your adrenaline fix. So you got all these guys, you know, motocross, they're jumping off of jumps 100 feet in the air and doing backflips with their motorcycles and you know, lighting themselves on fire. That was one of my favorite tricks. And just all this crazy stuff. And people are like, why would they do that? That's crazy. And I can understand. They're getting their fix. I mean, even crashing is all but the pain and the injuries and everything. That's not fun. But the actual act of crashing to an adrenaline addict is fun. If you crash and don't get hurt, you come up all smiling and everything. You're like, yeah! Because you're pumped up full of adrenaline. It's wonderful stuff. What are we reading here? 118. Okay? That's in the high zone. So now what I'm going to do is set that aside so it's not picking up on any of this. And I'll set my... Wait a minute, I need another drink. I'll set that aside. And you can see that the Geiger counter is still at 73. I put it up against the picture, and it's continuing to drop until it figures out. There's, oh, whoa, wait a minute, I gotta go back up. I'm back. Hello, little bird. Help yourself. Medium, okay? If I left it there long enough, it would go back to high. Oh, it's starting to click at me now. Okay? But, here's the trick. This glass, this is just an ordinary glass. In fact, it used to be a mustard jar. Really good, hot German mustard they put in this and sell it. Had a little plastic lid on it with the paper over it and a string wrapped around it and a little label hanging from it. It's just good mustard. Okay? I'm gonna pour myself a glass of the orange juice into the... Okay, we're down to 40. It's still dropping, but it says normal now. Okay? We're going to hold this orange juice up to it. Just for people who think I'm really taking a risk, I'm not. The orange juice is not radioactive. It hasn't sat in there long enough to be radioactive. If you left it in there long enough for the orange juice to actually be radioactive, it would spoil before it got radioactive. Now, if you've got old radioactive containers, let's say you filled this pitcher up with sugar and stored your sugar in it in the kitchen. Even months later, that sugar would probably still be safe. You check it with the Geiger counter to be sure, but it's probably still going to be safe. Cat has an old West clocks with the light up dial. It's radium, and that thing it makes the Geiger counter go nuts, like up 250 and like that. It's some pretty powerful stuff. But if you were to, if you slept every night with that thing up to your ear, you might have a problem. But with the Geiger counter, we've noticed that if you put that thing a foot away, Like most people would have their alarm clock at least a foot away from their ear. Normal. It's clicking, but if you put that clock a normal distance away from your ear, put the Geiger counter next to your ear, normal. So distance makes a big difference. And I'm going to distance this orange juice from this glass. Still tastes great. Even though it's not radioactive. We'll pour the rest of this pitcher into here. I'm just going to enjoy some orange juice on a beautiful morning. Hit the subscribe button, like, notifications. We got all kinds of stuff here for you to do. Make a comment. Would you drink radioactive orange juice? If you want to try it and you're coming through the Bakersfield area, let me know. I'd be glad to make some more. Sit down out here and drink some radioactive orange juice with you. Leave a comment. Always make sure of one thing. Have fun. That is so good. Aren't you gone yet? Oh wait, move on. I'll do another one later. Toodles. Should be getting the glow any minute now.